You might be asking, why is Greg coming out of a forest of trees or whatever? But today I'm talking about the top pros and cons of living in Queen Creek, Arizona, from living in the bushes and the trees and olive branches in Queen Creek to the city, to the hustle and bustle of city, and to all the restaurants and schools and the pros and the cons. We're going to talk about all that in this video. Stick around. Before we jump into the pros and cons, a little background as I'm trying to talk through all the street noise here at the park. But Queen Creek is one of those farming communities that turned into a very quickly growing. The population is, I looked it up a few different times, it was maybe like 50,000 then 60,000, and right now it's just under 80,000. And by the time this video is over, probably over 80,000. It's just growing leaps and bounds, and there's just a lot to offer here. I'll get into that a little bit more, but just a little bit more background. I did an MLS query on the houses on the active listings for the Queen Creek community, and there was anywhere from the bottom of the barrel, 355,000, up to a home that was listed or is listed at 6.75 million, 9 bedrooms, 9.5 baths, over 12,000 square feet. And then the average is 861,000, just under 862. Average taxes, which we'll talk a little bit more coming up as well, 2,200. Average square feet, 2,859. And the average price per square foot, if you're looking at all the data and you're interested in that, 296. But if you look at the mean, if you're a math geek, the mean is the number right in the middle, about 710,000 here in Queen Creek, Arizona. As always, make sure to like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment on this video if you have any questions at all about Queen Creek in today's video. If you're moving from Seattle, Minneapolis, wherever you're moving from, if it's far or even if it's across the street, you have all kinds of options to connect with me. Text, phone, email, video call, all the stuff. You know the drill. Hit me up and we'll connect. And with that, let's get right into the pros and cons. As you can see, this is the downtown area of Queen Creek. A lot of things under construction. There's an old and a new. So Queen Creek has the ag and all kinds of farming communities, farming stuff in the background and the history of it. And then they also have the mix of the city life too. Not like true city like downtown Phoenix, but with that, the first con is it's a little bit far from downtown Phoenix. If you're looking for the craziness of the inner city and the light rail and the right at the Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport, all that sort of thing, that's going to be on a day in the middle of the night, maybe 40 minutes without traffic, but it's probably 45 minutes to an hour drive, about 35 or so miles. So if you are looking to be right next door to all the crazy energy of the city life, Queen Creek's probably not your best option. But on the other side of that, you get away from all the hubbub and some of the extra traffic and that sort of thing by being in Queen Creek. But I'll get to the traffic on that as well, because it also does fall onto the con, but we'll get to that. So I'm right outside the Queen Creek Parks and Rec, and then the library right over here, some businesses over there, a funeral home. Right down the street is where we were just at with the park, and there's all kinds of things down there, but that's the original downtown. But the second thing is a little bit of a con, can be up for debate, but the small town feel. The downtown area just right over there, I'll show you a little bit more video of that, is that original old, smaller buildings and little businesses, and it's got a little bit of that quaint, unique kind of feel. I know they're doing a lot more to enhance the downtown area of Queen Creek, because every city needs a downtown. I think Chandler has two of them. Yes, Chandler has the Ocotillo, which I've done a video, you can check that out over here. And also they have the downtown Chandler. But this is not a video about Chandler, it's a video about Queen Creek, small town feel. What do you think? Is that an advantage or a disadvantage? In this video, I'm calling it a little bit of a con if you want the high energy and the closeness of the urban lifestyle of a downtown Phoenix. And with a very fast growing community, traffic is usually
one of the major obstacles. It's not too bad in Queen Creek, but you'll notice, especially along Ellsworth and Rittenhouse and some of the major roads within the community, that in the shopping areas as well, that you'll see you might want to give yourself a little extra time, especially in the busy times of the day.
We're going to jump into the pros of Queen Creek. We're over at Mansell Carter Oasis Park. Lots of options here. Number one has so many different things to offer. I think we'll break it down into like 1A, B, C, and D, and then we'll go into the other ones. But restaurants, parks, rapid expansion, entertainment. I'm just going to rattle through a few of those options. We have Fat Cats, which has arcade, dodgeball, glow golf, bowling, a movie theater, luxury movie theater seating. Then we have Schnepp Farms, which has a petting zoo. You can pick your own peaches in May, especially is the highlight of the whole year. Bakery, then there's events. You can even have your wedding there. Trying to get up close and personal to all these different options here in Queen Creek. But back to Schnepp Farms, we also have glamping option, and they specialize on their website all the F's, the festivals, the food, the family, the fun, all the stuff. So many options.
And let's not forget the very popular olive meal, which has so many options, any olive combination you can think of, bocce courts, group tours, everything you can imagine at olive meal.
Then we have the Pecan Lakes Entertainment, which has a ropes course, climbing, all kinds of things. They have a lot of different food options, and then this mini golf area. It's rapidly expanding, and it's pretty much, the paint is still drying. It's so new and just opened just a few months back. Lots of noises around here. They're cleaning, they're power washing the splash pad over there. Then they were grading the field. It's a little windy, but it's also a pretty quiet day. It's an earlier part of the day. As we move into, well, peak season here all the time. It seems like all the different seasons, but it's spring training season right now. A lot of people in town for that. But let's move over to Frontier Park. That's up and coming in this endless options. Pickleball, basketball, fishing lake, baseball, volleyball, playground, huge playground they're putting in over there. Just so many different options. I'm sure all the people that are living right next door are pretty excited about that. That's planned for summer of 2024. Let's expand on number one on the pro side and all the different options you have at Queen Creek Marketplace and Queen Creek District across the street. You have Sprouts, which is one of the grocery stores here in the area. There's several of them around the region. Chop Shop, Mod Pizza, Starbucks, Trader Joe's, Target, Total Wine, Mountainside Fitness. You have the In-N-Out, which people seem to just love and go crazy over, Dave & Buster's, and there's even a movie theater. And that's just a few of the different options that you have at the Queen Creek Marketplace and the Queen Creek District across the street. Right behind me is Ellsworth, and then we have a road right over here that's going in, and then just behind us towards the north is where all this growth is happening. But if you want to see a little bit more detail on it, I'll list the website below here so you can check it out. But a lot of new restaurants coming here in this area. They're really building it up fast.
And if you're a hiking fan like myself, you have a very close proximity just down the road at the Santan Mountain Range. Another big advantage is that you're close to the Mesa Airport, which is a smaller airport than Sky Harbor, but it's also very convenient.
Another pro is that you have larger homes for the most part. I covered some of the average square feet and price and all that already, but average for taxes is also a big benefit, about $2,200 on taxes, which when you compare that to a lot of the other states is pretty good. And they also have the average square feet, which is a lot more roomier than if you're in the inner circle of Phoenix. You're going to have a lot less space there. So if you want a little bit more room, Queen Creek is the place to be. Then if you go over to niche.com, which I talk about a lot, Queen Creek is rated an A-, and then the schools for Queen Creek United School District is a B+. Let's get back to the small town feel. I listed it as a pro and a con. It really depends because Queen Creek has that variety of small town feel, but also kind of all the different amenities that you really are looking for without having to be in the middle of complete nowhere. It's a little bit farther out, but you have everything you need here in Queen Creek. If you want that small town feel, you have that. But if you also want all the modern amenities, you have that as well. Entertainment, restaurants, shopping, it's all here in Queen Creek. And last, we have numerous jobs in Queen Creek or even just close by, so you don't have to commute all the way into like downtown Phoenix or something. You have American Express, Queen Creek United School District, we got Banner Health, Salt River Project, and many others. So that's just a couple on the top of the list, but you have a lot of different job options here in Queen Creek. hopefully I created a picture for you that was a little bit easy to understand as far as the pros and the cons of Queen Creek. As I was going through them, there's so many different pros that I was thinking of. They outweighed the cons a little bit, but I'm curious. This really depends on what you're looking for. If you want the small town feel, if you want all the different amenities, if you want to be close to downtown, if you want to be close to Sky Harbor Airport, really depends on what you're looking for. If you want the family environment, Queen Creek's very positive for that. So as always, reach out to me, subscribe, comment, leave me an email, shoot me a text, whatever's easiest for you. And until the next video, I will talk to you soon.